Seasons. Can you tell us a little bit about what makes this Harvest Moon special?
ストーリーオブシーズンなんですけど、他の牧場と比べて何がスペシャルか特別なんでしょうかね。
ですね、やっぱり今まで作ってきた部分でのその、スペシャルというかこう積み重ねというか、もっとお客さんがこんなことしたいっていうのが、いっぱい入ってる。で、あとは、お友達と、ゲームの中とつながれるということで、今までは一人で牧場をやってたのが、ゲームの中のライバルと競える。で、通信で、リアルな友達と競えるというところですかね。
So the biggest thing is it's sort of like a stacked up of all what the users been asking for in the past Bokujo Monogatari, so Harvest Moon over here, but and so it's sort of like we really listened to what the users wanted to have, and the biggest thing is there's different farmers within the game, so you can compete with the other NPC farmers to get more harvest and like that. And also there's Wi-Fi connectivity that you can actually play with other players and interact with them. So the past title's been more by yourself, but this one's more connecting with the NPC friends and your actual friends.
How do you feel about Natsume going and doing their own farming simulator, their own Harvest Moon, and using the name?
夏目さんがもう独自のハーベストムーンを作り始めてるんですけど、橋本さんとしてはどうなるのか。
ですね、そういう意味でいくと、ソーシャル系でもその牧場系っていうのはいっぱい今も出てて、やっぱりそのいろいろ楽しんでもらうっていう意味ではそのジャンルが活気づくっていうのはすごいいいことだと思います。個人的にはですね。で、今回から、牧場物語っていうものが、ストーリーオブシーズンという名前になったんですが、今までも変わらない部分でやっぱりエクシートさんとということで、より進化していく部分っていうのを注目してほしいなと思います。
So this is my personal opinion, but I think it is there are a lot of like farming simulators on the social games and other forms, but it is good that there's another game out in the market. So it is one way to revitalize or make the genre more hyped up for each other. So I think that's a really positive thing. And from my perspective, from a Bokujo, and this time we're changing its title to Story of Seasons, but it is the same game in my spec. So I've been creating the same game. So in this time it's just a title change. But working with another publisher with Exceed this time, I'm looking forward to a new, more different ways that we can interact with users.
What do you feel it is that connects people to these Harvest Moon and Rune Factory and Story Seasons kinds of games? Like, I know personally I've spent about 80 hours on the Harvest Moon Wii game. I've spent at least 60 hours on the Rune Factory for...
このジャンルって、ユーザーが何が引きつけると思いますか？例えば私はWii 版のハーベストムーンをもう80時間ぐらいプレイして、ルーンファクトリーは多分60時間ぐらい入ってるんですけど、何がそれをユーザーをそうやって引き込む要素になってるんでしょうかね。
はい。いろんな考え方もあると思うんですけど、やっぱりこう人間、ヒューマンっていうのはこう意外とコツコツするのがこう好きなんじゃないかな。で、これは日本の時にもちょっと例で例えたことがあるんですけど、畑があって何かをこう耕そうとすると一番楽なのはやっぱり昔のアーケードゲーム、アーケードゲーム出身なんでアーケードゲームみたいにボーナスステージみたいにバンバンできると楽しいんですけど一気に飽きちゃうと。その一気にやらずにちょっとずつ自分がこう喜びを少しずつ得るっていうところをこうハマる人はそこが癖になるんじゃないかな。
Of course, there's a lot of different aspects to that answer, but I think one of the basic thing is as basic human beings, I think we enjoy doing something every day for little by little, and actually at the end you get to see the outcome of what you worked on. So he's from an arcade generation that's how he started up. So usually in those stages, like there's always something like a bonus stage that you can like make so many things at once, and we've thought about implementing that, but at the same time when you do that, it's fun for that moment, but people get bored of that game really quickly. So I think it's just the fact that you work on something for a long time and you get to actually enjoy and see what you created, putting all that effort in.
Has there ever been any consideration of putting a generational aspect into the Harvest or into the Story of Seasons series and games? Because I remember Rune Factory 2 had that aspect where first you played as one character, then you played as a son or daughter. And do you think that might be something you might consider for a future title?
牧場物語世代交代みたいな、例えばルームファクトリー2で、親がいてその後の子供であったりとかいうゲームプレイがあったんですけど、牧場物語にそういったシステムを取り入れる考えはありますか？
ですね、個人的にはやりたいですね。その一番初め牧場物語っていうのは人生を作ろうみたいな形でスタートしたっていうのもあるんで、やりたいんですけど、お客さん的にこう好きな人とずっと同じキャラクターでやりたいっていう人っていうのがいるんで、何かこう要望が大きくなればやるかな。
Personally, yes, I would like to try that out because the Bokujo series has been about life. So within one lifespan or another, but I think it totally depends on what the users are wanting. Some players might want to see that like different generations within the game, and some other players want to play as one character and see how much they can grow within that character. So we'll see how the user request goes, and from there we'll try to branch out or venture out.
How do you decide what kinds of crops and animals, and do you actually do research into different types of farming techniques around the world to determine what would be able to be incorporated well into each entry?
各作でどんなような作物とかどのような動物を入れるのをどうやって決めるのかでしょうか。例えば世界各国にあるなんか違う農作業のやり方とかあると思うんですけど、それを全部いろいろとリサーチした上で各作に合うようなものを作っていくんですか？
ですね、ゲームってやっぱり時間がかかってしまうので、そうですね、大体1年から2年後にこの動物来るんじゃないかとか、この作物流行るんじゃないかと、でそれをワールドワイドで判断して入れてます。
So game development takes a long time, usually about a year and 2 years. So in the initial stage, I try to think what animal is going to be popular a year and 2 years from now, and sort of guess and gamble it out.
Now, this is kind of going back a bit, but I loved Avalon Code, and that was one of my favorite games. Is there any chance you would consider doing something like doing a spiritual sequel or a direct sequel or something like that?
私アバロンコード大好きだったんですけどそれのなんか精神を受け継いだ自作とか、続編でもいいんですけど、なんか考えたことありますか？
ですね、もともと同じハードで近いものを作ろうとはしてたんですけど、それは制作には至らなかったんで、何かしら違う形で作りたいなと。
We did actually have something in the making within the same hardware, but that didn't have that didn't come through. But I always do want to have something like Avalon Code in the future.
Do you have any plans for the Wii U or for the Vita or for the PS4 in terms of like Harvest Moon? Because I know it's been forever. It's pretty much like Nintendo is the platform for the farming kind of simulations.
この先 Wii U だったり Vita であったり PS4 であったり、今までは本当に牧場物語任天堂のハンドヘルドがメインだったんですけど、それを他に行く考えってありますかね？
ですね、時代というか時に応じてどのハードに行くかっていうのは常に考えることではあるんですけど、今回のストリート2シーズンで、任天堂さんのコラボアイテムですね、とか割と密にやってるっていうところもあって、しばらくはと言っていいのかわかんないですけど、ここのところはおそらく任天堂さんと一番近くさせていただく。
Every time we create one, we do look at like what the market is about and what kind of age we're in and what hardware is selling. But especially for this story of season, we do have a collaboration with Nintendo, and we work tightly together. So I'm not saying because of that, but we'll probably stick with the handheld Nintendo for a little bit longer.